tell you that.
Well, then why is your children's program so full of this highly sexualized, highly controversial agenda? I don't understand it. It seems strange to me.
Respectfully, sir, it's because it's inaccurate. We have millions of hours of children's programming.
You're saying it's not there. You don't have trans. You don't feature trans characters, trans storylines, trans themes. It's not in your programming.
Welcome back to the channel, folks. We have here a very interesting and important topic being discussed in the Senate. Before we get into it, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you want more sensitive topics like this to be exposed. If you are a parent in America, what you are about to see should make your blood boil. I want you to listen very closely to this exchange. On one side, you have a United States Senator, a father of three, who is standing up and telling the truth about what is happening to our children. On the other side, you have the CEO of the largest streaming monopoly in the world, trying to gaslight you into thinking what you're seeing with your own eyes isn't real. This is Senator Josh Hawley confronting Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos. And what Senator Hawley exposes is nothing short of a corporate war on childhood.
Why is it that so much of Netflix content for children promotes a transgender ideology? Almost half of your content for children, I'm talking about minor children now, I'm not talking about teenagers, minor children, promotes a transgender ideology agenda. I was just looking at the data here from your various series. And what concerns me is, just 2 days ago, a jury in New York awarded a former transitioner $2 million because she said that her psychologists and others pressured her into, they pushed on her an ideology that proved to be extremely detrimental. I'm sure you know that in the UK, the National Health Service in the UK has said that they're not going to perform transgender surgeries or any longer so-called gender-affirming care for minors, including in counseling, because it is so incredibly detrimental. Our own HHS has come forward with similar findings this past year, yet if you turn on Netflix, you'll find that an enormous amount, and I say this as a parent with 3 young children, an enormous amount of your children's programming has this ideology and agenda in it. Is this an advocacy position for Netflix? Is this an ideological commitment you have? I mean, why is this?
Senator Hawley, Netflix has no political agenda of any kind. I would tell you that.
Well, then why is your children's program so full of this highly sexualized, highly controversial agenda? I don't understand it. It seems strange to me.
Respectfully, sir, it's because it's inaccurate. We have millions of hours of children's programming.
You're saying it's not there. You don't have trans. You don't feature trans characters, trans storylines, trans themes. It's not in your programming.
I'm saying we feature a wide variety of stories and programs to meet a wide variety of people's tastes.
Why is almost half of it? Why does almost half of your children's program feature this highly controversial, highly sexualized material? That just seems strange to me. It can't possibly be a reflection of the population.
Senator Hawley, I don't have any idea where that number would come from or what that would be. I don't believe that's been your personal experience, but I can't speak to that.
Did you catch that? Senator Hawley points out that nearly half of Netflix's content for minor children, not teenagers, but your little kids, is pushing a transgender ideology agenda. Now pay attention to the CEO's response. He says, Netflix has no political agenda of any kind. No political agenda? Really? While the CEO tries to play dumb, Senator Hawley brings the receipts. He points out that just days before this hearing, a jury in New York awarded a former transitioner $2 million. Why? Because she said psychologists and doctors pushed an ideology on her that proved to be extremely detrimental. The UK's National Health Service has banned these transgender surgeries for minors because they are so dangerous. Our own Health and Human Services has issued similar warnings. The medical establishment is running away from this because they see the devastating harm it causes. But Netflix? Netflix is sprinting toward it. They are taking the exact ideology that juries are punishing doctors for pushing, and they are packaging it into cartoons for your kids. This isn't about inclusion. This is about a corporation using your children to normalize a dangerous, experimental ideology that destroys mental health and mutilates bodies. And when a senator asks why, the CEO of Netflix doesn't have an answer because the answer is that they don't care about your kids. They care about pushing an agenda and making a gob of money doing it. Let's get into why this isn't just controversial, it's a public health crisis.
Your personal experience, but I can't speak to that.
Well, what do you mean you don't think it's been my personal
I don't-
experience? You don't think that I monitor what my children watch on your... Here's what I tell you what my personal experience is since you bring it up. My personal experience is that my 3 children, I can't let them watch anything they want on Netflix. I can't let them watch anything on Netflix unless I preview it, because I don't have confidence in what's on your platform. I don't know what they're going to encounter, and I tell you what, I don't want my kids being pushed an agenda about their sexuality or gender identity when I have not had the opportunity first to discuss it with them and to form them in that. And I, frankly, on behalf of parents around the country, it offends me that Netflix is pushing this content at parents in what seems to be a very coordinated, thought through, planned out agenda in a way that, frankly, I think undermines parents, certainly undermines me and my wife. We have to watch every show beforehand before we can let our kids watch it. Now, I don't know. That seems pretty concerning to me. I know you make a gob of money on it, and maybe that's the answer. But it just seems to me that it's a disservice to the parents of this country, particularly given what's happening with our youth on this subject.
So I don't know if I may answer. Like I said, we have millions of hours of content on Netflix at any given time. We have state-of-the-art tools for you to manage those choices for your children and to block any title that you might be offended by for any reason. So we are parents at Netflix as well. We share all your concerns about raising kids, and also the ability to raise them as you see fit in your household and anyone else's household as well.
My concern is that you don't share my values or those of many other American parents, and you want the United States government to allow you to become one of the largest, if not the largest, streaming monopolist in the world. I think we ought to be concerned about what content you're promoting.
So what did we just witness? We witnessed a CEO who claims to care about parents, but who told a sitting senator that he has no idea where the numbers come from, even as millions of parents across the country are having the exact same experience as Senator Hawley. And what is that experience? It's the experience of not being able to trust the screen. Senator Hawley said it best. He has to preview every show before his kids watch it. He has no confidence in what's on the platform. He doesn't want his children being pushed an agenda about sexuality or gender identity before he has the opportunity to discuss it with them. That is the fundamental right of a parent. That is the foundation of the family. But Netflix wants to insert itself between you and your child. They want to be the ones to have that conversation. They want to normalize medicalization, sexualization, and confusion for children who are too young to understand the consequences. And the consequences are devastating. We're talking about skyrocketing rates of anxiety, depression, self-harm, and a lifetime of irreversible medical procedures, all because corporations like Netflix decided that this ideology was the next profitable frontier. So what do we do about it? We have to hit them where it hurts. We have to stop pretending this is a political disagreement. It is a fight for the safety of our children. Well-meaning Americans should call for a general boycott of Netflix, not because of one show, but because of a systemic agenda. If Netflix wants to use its platform to push content that governments and medical boards are banning as incredibly detrimental, then they do not deserve a place in your home. We need to protect our children. We need to protect our country from corporations that believe they have the right to raise our kids. Until Netflix stops forcing transgenderism on children, until they stop hiding behind parental controls, instead of admitting they are producing harmful content, they should not get a single dollar from American families. Cancel your subscription. Protect your kids. Let's make sure that promoting an agenda that harms children is bad for business. If you agree that parents, not corporations, should decide what's best for their kids, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video to warn other families, and let Netflix know. Our children are not profit centers for their corporate greed.